Hi you guys, my name is Oshun the Great, and welcome to my beautiful channel. Now this is obviously one of my more serious videos. As I titled it, No Means No Ask for Consent. Now to be honest, this was recently sparked by a recent encounter with a guy from dating, especially like when you're dating online or like Tinder. Um, Basically from a disrespectful guy from Tinder, and we're going to touch on a bunch of key points of how I feel like the youth, or this generation in general, and dating is not very safe or consensual to one another. Or I'm just going to get into it. So, a lot of things that I know that young women and women in general experience, and something that I experienced from teens to my mid 20s now, is that a lot of guys don't really ask for consent because they feel entitled. Meaning, if you are dating a girl, or um, you're just in the, maybe you met them offline and you're like Netflix and chill or some shit. A lot of men think that because a woman is in their proximity or close to them or agree to the initial interaction or date, that they don't need to ask for consent. Meaning, they have a mindset of, oh, you came, so now what happens is up to me, kind of ideal, which is very unsafe and very crazy when you think about it, because that means that we still have a lot of men who don't view women as equals, but more so as property, or as things to be used, handled, abused, and just tossed to the side, which is crazy because in that case, we still see women as inhumane. But the reality of it is, I don't think that all the time that men, or boys, or whatever you want to call these call it, um, I don't think they're aware that this is actually not normal or okay, because it's been taught, ingrained in us, that it's normal. Meaning, abusing women and rape culture is normalized in America, especially. So when it comes to dating, you even have a lot of women who initially, when they go on a date with a guy, they're scared to back out because of the repercussions of the situation, or they're scared to say no because of what the guy may do. And this is a case where this is a whole bunch of issues in our dating society that we have to start fixing, or even talking about, or acknowledging that that's a problem, because you have a lot of women who are scared to speak up um, about these situations. But it shouldn't always be put on us either. It should be put in the hands of men to understand how to control themselves, or to see women as equals. And maybe I'm not the person to teach that, but maybe just speaking openly about it will spark the mind of a person who would figure out how to solve these issues. But I know one way is to acknowledge that it's there in the first place. Like, we have too many men thinking that it's just okay, or that they're just entitled to get what they want from women. And this is very traumatic for women involved, because especially young women who are already confused about their sexuality because no one is really open about it, or talks, maybe not talking about it with them. And then you have these situations where they're getting alone, where they're getting alone with men, and they're not really being cared for. So yeah, that's just something that I wanted to talk about. And there was an instance, for example, like, you need permission whenever you're doing anything pertaining to sex, or especially aggressive sex like BDSM and stuff like that. It's not enough to be like, oh, I'm just into these things. You just have to take it as I give it to you. It shouldn't be that mentality from a man. It should be a talk beforehand. Look, I like it. I prefer this type of sex. Is this something that you're into? Um, and we can explore that together if you're down. It should be more conversations like that. And not just assuming that just because you got a girl into your room to watch a movie, because literally, like, what if you just wanted to watch a movie? You can't just assume that people just, you always have to ask. And that kind of works both ways, but but seeing as I experience it more from men than women, it's just something that needs to be talked about. And I'm here to be the voice for that. Like, it's not okay. And I know that a lot of women are suffering from the fear of the repercussions of whether it's being beat or raped by a man because of saying no or changing their mind, that like after initially meeting a person, what the repercussions will be. Um, yeah, it's just not okay to just assume. Even if you're dating someone, their mind can change. Being boyfriend and girlfriend doesn't mean a all access pass to sex all the time. It means, you ask them if they're in the mood or not. Like, it's, you treat them as if they are a human being who has their own free will and has their own say and own voice. But yeah, that's just my little rant, you guys. But yeah, be dope, be you unapologetically. No means no. Ask for consent always. Peace.